What's up, y'all? Bunny Chaff here. Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon FireRed. Last time, we made it through Viridian Forest, and we ended up here in Pewter City. One thing before we go and challenge our very first gym, I want to come down here and, well, if you try to leave, by going to the right here, you're a trainer, right? Brock's looking for new challengers. Follow me. This guy will take you all the way to the gym. So yeah, you can't escape until you beat the first gym. Little aids, but you should be alright. I mean, if you got Charmander, hopefully you've gotten like a Mankey or something strong enough to take down Brock. Or maybe you got the other two starters. And yeah, spoiler alert, the other two starters will handle this gym perfectly fine. Here we are. Hiya! Do you want to dream big? Do you dare to dream of becoming the Pokemon champ? I'm no trainer, but I can advise you on how to win. Let me take you to the top. Alright, let's get happening. First Pokemon out in the match is at the left of the Pokemon list. Oh, okay, so he's just telling us. No, no, I'm good. Okay, well, even if you say no, it doesn't matter. Okay, great. So, this is gonna be a little scary. I'd not do much preparation. I'm just putting everything on Fuzzy Wuzz here. Because, as I said before, Fuzzy Wuzz is great for this fight. Especially if you chose Charmander. Like I did. The type, I should say, of this gym is rock types. So, if you got Squirtle or Bulbasaur, you'll have no problems fighting this gym. We're a million light years of fighting Brock. I don't know, bro. I'm gonna low kick this Geodude. This is our first time seeing a Geodude. A lot of your rock types are really physically defensive, so Fuzzy Wuzz is not gonna have an easy time here. Because all of her attacks are mainly physical and fighting type moves are physical. So these guys will die not so easily as compared to Squirtle or Bulbasaur with their water and grass attacks. Especially since Geodudes are rock and ground, meaning they are quad weak to water and grass. Sandshrew here is not a rock type, just a pure ground type, which is strange, but whatever. Won't matter. Benefit of having low kick here, a lot of your rock types are generally pretty heavy. So they get taken down pretty easily. Okay. Well, this thing's raising its defense, so Fuzzy Wuzz is not gonna have much of a good time here. Thankfully, Sandshrew doesn't know any ground type moves. Yeah, that's weird. Sandshrew, for the longest time, does not learn any ground type moves in its level up set. You have to teach it ground type TMs. Yeah, it sucks because Sandshrew and its evolved form Sandslash are really cute, and they're not terrible Pokemon. They just don't learn much for moves. The main move you'll be using for quite a while is Slash. And it's a strong move, but like, you really need to teach it like TMs and tutor moves in order for it to be good. And even then, its TM and tutor move list is not that great. Only a little bit. Gets the good ground moves. And some rock type moves, and I think a flying type move. Other than that, yeah. Oh wait, maybe a fighting type move. You know, I forget. Anyways, here's the gym leader. That's right, 9 million light years away, and it really wasn't hard getting here. Oh boy. Okay, so his highest is gonna be a lot higher than mine. That's all I'll say. I like to save before every gym battle, in case case we lose, so then I can reset without losing money. Because if you lose, it's called blacking out or whiting out, and when you lose, you rush back to the last Pokemon Center you healed at, and you lose some cash. So you're here. I'm Brock. I'm Pewter City's gym leader. My rock hard willpower is evident even in my Pokemon. My Pokemon are all rock hard and have true grit determination. That's right, my Pokemon are all the rock type. Fwahaha! You're going to challenge me knowing that you'll lose? That's the trainer's honor that compels you to challenge me. Fine then, show me your best. Not gonna lie, Red, Blue, and Yellow, guys, had an easier Brock fight because he knew no rock type moves. Instead, he mainly knew normal type moves. But in here, he knows rock type moves. So he's gonna start out with a Geodude, level 12. We're gonna open up, of course, with Fuzzy ones. And you can see, that really doesn't do much. And I guess, in a way, Geodude's not that heavy compared to most rock types. So, yeah, let's see how much Cryo Chip does. Not that much, but he's just using Defense Curl. I don't think this has many fighting type moves. I don't know if this has any rock type moves on him. I know his next Pokemon does. Definitely. Geodude goes down. We don't gain a level, which is a little scary. Okay. Out comes his Onix, level 14, and we're only level 11. Oh god. We do not outspeed. We almost one-shot. I want to show you something really interesting. I want to tell you something really interesting, at least. So Onix here, not a very strong Pokemon. It's strong for this early in the game. It's got really high physical defense and some solid speed, especially in this far into the game, which isn't very far. So it's quite fast, faster than my Mankey, who is generally a pretty fast physical attacker. So as you notice, I didn't use a rock type move, which some of you don't know. Rock type moves aren't very effective on fighting types, but even then, he would still use it if I outsped. Because in Generation 3, this is what I learned from Pokemon speedrunners, at least, or these guys that will take one Pokemon in. I think they're called solo challenge speedrunners, something like that, where they take one Pokemon in and they see how fast they can beat the game by using just that one Pokemon. Anyways, they taught me that Rock Tomb acts like a speed reduction move, where the AI will prioritize lowering my speed more than actually doing damage. What do I mean by that? So it won't always use Rock Tomb. It will only use Rock Tomb if I'm faster than him. So it can, so they can outspeed, and I can be slow. That makes sense. So it's strange, but it makes a little bit of sense because Rock Tomb, has a good chance of lowering the opponent's speed. So, yeah, I thought that was pretty cool to learn. Anyways, we just beat him. Pretty easy. As I said, it'd be a lot easier if you had Bulbasaur or Squirtle. But little Fuzzy did it all by herself. I took you for granted, and so I lost. You mean took you for granted. As proof of your victory, I confer on you this is... the official Pokemon League Boulder Badge. My god, my mind just going so fast right now, I don't know why. Just having the Boulder Badge makes your Pokemon more powerful. It enables the use of the move Flash outside of battle. Of course, some Pokemon must know the move Flash. Okay, so Flash is known as the HM move in this game. Again, we'll get into HMs when they become more relevant. At this point in time, they aren't as relevant. Wait, take this with you. And we got TM39 Rock Tomb. In the original games, this would have been Bide. Bide is a kind of like a counter move. Because they're... Okay, so counter moves are basically moves that counter... reflect damage back onto your opponent. So basically, there's Counter, Mirror Coat, and Bide, or like the big counter moves. Counter reflects back physical damage that's done to you. Mirror Coat is special damage. Bide is weird. So Bide is like, I think it's technically a 3-turn move. So what you do, the text will say you're storing energy, and then the second turn you're storing more energy, and then at the final turn you'll unleash energy. Depending on how much damage you've taken will determine how much that unleashed energy will do. So if you keep attacking the opponent while they're using Bide in those 2 turns, the unleashed energy will do a crap load of damage, enough to one-hit KO you. If you do no damage to him, it won't do anything. It will just fail. So yeah, that's why it's a little easier in Red, Blue, Yellow, because none of his Pokemon have Rock type moves to take any effect of their same type attack bonus. And yeah, that's it for our first gym. We still got some time to do something. We can do a little more, do a little more things around here. Oh, I also, here, we can look in here at our badge. So I want to say this. Badges in the first 3 generations work differently than they do after that in Gens 4 and onwards. In Generation 1 through 3, there's things called the badge boost. Each badge, well, a few of your badges will boost your stats, which is pretty cool. By like a certain amount, I think it's about like 12.5% chance? Not percent chance, a 12.5% boost? Something like that. It's quite a helpful boost to your Pokemon. Basically, there's a couple of badges that will boost your stats. Rock here, our first one here will boost our attack, even though it'd make a little more sense if it was defense, but that's neither here nor there. So you will notice an effect that it will have in battles, that your Pokemon will definitely be a lot more stronger. And in Generation 1, there's also a glitch, surprise, surprise, where if you, how do I explain it? If you use a setup move where you boost your stats, your other stats that have the badge boost, or at least there's matching badge that with their boosted stat, whatever, those stats will also be increased too. However, you'll lose all those increased stats except for the one you boosted if you level up. It's weird. And then Generation 2, it's even weirder, where it, depending on what type that gym was, will boost the type of moves, those type of moves. So like if you fight a flying type gym and you beat it, and if you have a flying type move, that flying type move will now be, it will have now increased, all your flying type moves will have increased damage. It's not a big amount, but it's still a good amount. So yeah, that's that. Rough to explain. I don't know why it's so hard for me to explain things, but whatever. I got through it. Oh, Riley, glad I caught up to you. I'm one of Professor Oak's aides. Aides. Gave us the running shoes. Well, I must be going back to the lab. Bye-bye. Cool, now we can run. Thanks, Mom. We can run now. This is not in the original games, or Generation 2. Only in Generation 3 and onwards. Finally, we don't have to move so slowly. Just hold down the B button and look at us go! Whee! And of course, there's trainer battles here. Excuse me, you looked at me weird, didn't you? Something like that? I don't know. I didn't read it. I do want to also mention one more thing before I cut some of these battles out. And that's leveling up has some interesting things to it. Not only do you get stronger, but like at certain levels, you do get you do get a damage boost. This is also what I learned from like the solo runners. Solo Pokemon run? Yeah, solo Pokemon runners. At levels, I believe, 0, 3, 5, and 8. Your Pokemon will get a damage boost. It's called a damage rounding threshold. It's pretty weird. I don't know the exact math on it. I've tried looking into it, but the whole damage calculation math is really wacky. But from my knowledge, when you reach those levels, you do get a damage boost. So that's cool. Little fun fact for you. Uh-oh. I hate sand. Oh, God. Oh, dear. Okay, I didn't realize they would have Gust yet. That was my bad. I almost lost Mankey. I should have healed after going to the gym. Well, that was silly of me. Always heal after a gym battle. Although sometimes you don't have to. If they're, like, really easy. Hey, crit. And speaking of level 13, or speaking of levels that end with 3, level 13! For both of them! Awesome. And we learned Metal Claw. Yeah, so, if you leveled up your Charmander to at least on par with Brock's Pokemon, Charmander, as you saw, learns Metal Claw, which is a Steel-type move, not in Generation 1, but introduced in Generation 2. Steel-type moves in general is what I mean. Or Steel-typing in general is what I mean. Or what I meant. That would have been your solution to fighting Brock. Because Steel is super effective against Rock. But, it wouldn't have helped you all too much because your Charmander could still outspeed one of his Pokemon, and they could Rock Tomb you, and Charmander's not that physically strong. Physically strong? Physically resilient. So he'd go down to 1. So I'm gonna off-screen these trainers here. So let's get started. Alright. So, there's a new Pokemon we haven't seen. Nidoran Female. Now, the inclusion of female means that there is indeed a male counterpart. These are a first examples of poison types that have some vicious abilities to them. This poison type has the ability Poison Point, which, like Static, if you make contact with it, it'll have a 30% chance to poison you instead of paralyzing. Really annoying, so always use special attacks. So Nidoran Female compared to its male counterpart, Nidoran Female becomes more bulky and not as offensive as like Nidoran Male, where Nidoran Male focuses more on its offense than bulk. Both are really great Pokemon. To fully evolve them, you'll need a thing called a Moonstone, which we do not have access to yet. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, for those who know what's coming up. But yeah, they're pretty cool Pokemon. I like them. They gain the ground typing next to their poison type, so they're a little unique. Unfortunately, their moves upon leveling up aren't that great. However, their TM move sets, oh my god, their TM learn sets are insane. They are known for their Swiss Army knife movesets. Jesus. They're just so good. What else do I want to say? Oh, compared to Generation 1, these guys also get their own special little moves later in their levels. Not really, I mean, special, yeah, it's kind of special. They don't get it in Generation 1, because the moves hadn't been introduced yet, and they didn't get it in Generation 2, but their respective moves are pretty freaking nice. They're really helpful for them. And that's all I have to say. A lot of speedrunners use them, specifically the male counterpart, because of, it's got great offense. It evolves really quick. Well, I mean, they mainly use the male one because faster and a lot more stronger. And I think it learns a one-hit KO move, which is really broken in the first games. Also, compared to this game, you cannot get Nidorans early on like you could in the original games. Original games where I caught Mankey is where you could find the Nidorans. However, in starting these games, you cannot. You cannot. You see that patch of grass down there? Yeah, you can catch them here. And they're pain in the ass to run into. Well, at least if you want a female one in FireRed, you're not going to get one so easily. It is 1% encounter here. And it's the opposite in Leaf Green, where the male is the 1% encounter and the female is the higher percent. It's like that in the other areas you can encounter them too. Not as rare, but still pretty rare. So, here's a sneak peek of what Metaclaw looks like. It's got a gnarly animation to it. It also has a chance to raise your attack stat by 1 after using it, which is really awesome. Charmander grows to level 16, by the way. Ooh, I forgot. I forgot. No, I didn't forget. I didn't forget anything. Anyways, here's Ekans. Another poison type you'll be seeing quite a bit with a nasty ability to it. Unlike the Nidorans where they have a chance to poison you if you make contact with them, Ekans here, well, your Ekans have a chance to have the ability Intimidate. It's a 50-50 shot between that and Shedskin. Intimidate drops your attack stat by 1, and oh my god, you're going to be tired of seeing these guys. Ekans are pretty much all over Kanto, excuse me, sorry. And a lot of times, like 9 times out of 10, they will have Intimidate. And it gets really annoying if you have a physical attacker out and you just want to And you're just trying to train that Pokemon, and you get intimidated, now you're doing less. So yeah. What? Peter's evolving! Yep, we have our very first evolution here. That's badass. Our Peter evolved into Charmeleon. So when Pokemon evolve, they'll get a nice stat increase. And increase their base stat total. So their stats will get stronger or weaker, depending on the Pokemon, weirdly enough. But generally, they get a lot stronger. And that's no difference with Charmeleon here. Look at that. Look at that. Late 20s, if not early 20s for stats, compared to Fuzzy. Oh, wow. Fuzzy was actually quite strong, too. Anyways, back to where we last left off. Alright, we're back here by this patch of grass. Now, I actually kind of want to look for something in here. See if we can find it. Oh, hey! Not the Pokemon I was looking for, but still a new Pokemon nonetheless. That's kind of neat to see. This is Jigglypuff. If you've watched the anime, you sure as hell should know this one. Jigglypuff is a nice little round ball of demonic vocals. Yeah. It's known for putting things to sleep. At least in the anime. Here, it does have the ability, move Sing, which is not a particularly great move. As you see, it tried to use on me. Sing is a sleep move. It puts things to sleep, but it has 55% accuracy. Ew, ew, that's awful. That's just awful. Yeah, if you want to use this thing for putting things to sleep, I'd pass on that. Other than that, since it's a normal type, a lot of your normal types will learn a hell of a lot of moves. Not by level up, but by TM. They learn a lot of cool TM moves, which is awesome. Jigglypuff, like the Nidorans, is a stone evolution, meaning that it needs a stone to evolve it. And I already spoiled it by saying a moonstone. Didn't really spoil it, but whatever. I'm trying to one ball this. But it's being a little shit. There we go. I'm not gonna add it to my team. I'm just gonna catch it for the Pokedex. But yeah, it's known for having a really high HP stat, and nothing else. Its offenses aren't that great, and its physical and special defenses aren't that great. So its HP stat is just kind of there with no support to it. So it gets overwhelmed pretty easily. The thing about stone evolutions is that a lot of them, especially in this game, don't learn any moves at all when they fully evolve. Like, they will learn nothing leveling up. Well, that's kind of true. Some of them do learn 1 or 2 moves. Maybe 3 if you're lucky. Leveling up. But that's like not until like later levels. And most of the time they aren't that great. So before you fully evolve your stone evolution Pokemon, make sure you wait a bit before you evolve and make sure you get the moves that you want on it. But don't wait too long to where it starts falling off completely and you start to not use your Pokemon anymore. So keep that in mind. Oh shit, this is a trainer. Eek, you touched me! No. No, I didn't. I have... Ugh, no. 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 But I did touch your Jigglypuff. And it's dead now. How do you feel about that? That's it? Yeah. Your Jigglypuff kind of sucked. Here he is! That's right, Nidoran male. This is the Pokemon I was looking for, and I want to use it on my team. I'm a big fan of the poison typing, and the other poison type I wanted to use comes too late, and we'd be using 2 Pokemon members for quite a while in the game, and that wouldn't be as entertaining as having another. So I figured, why not use one of my personal favorites? Because I really like the Nidoran family, both male and female. I'd choose female too, but like, female is just so rare in this game, and it's not funny. It is a little bit. No, it's not. So we're gonna scratch. Ooh, it's even got peck, so that's gonna hurt Fuzzy a little bit. Also, before I went to catch that Jigglypuff, I bought 10 Pokeballs. And I can't believe I didn't realize this, but I think it's in this game. And I think it was only this game where they took the Premier Ball rule out. I think did they only just add that to Emerald? Pokemon Emerald? Did they not add that in Ruby and Sapphire? Because I know they didn't have it in Red, Blue, Yellow. I know they didn't have it in Gold, Silver, Crystal. And they don't have it here, because I bought 10 and I didn't get a Premier Ball. I'll have to look that up. We're gonna have future me check in on that. Because I was gonna catch this Nidoran male in a pretty Pokeball, but... oh well. Say la vie. Let's just catch it. Something I want to mention about Jigglypuff that I didn't before. Jigglypuff's ability is Q-Charm, meaning that if you make contact with it, and Jigglypuffs are generally female, if you make contact with it, it has a chance of putting the affection? Is it? No, not affection. The the attraction status on you. I'm sorry, brain fart. The attraction status on you, meaning if you're the Pokemon of the opposite gender, you will be affected by it. And it's basically like confusion and paralysis, where you have a 50-50 shot of doing nothing, except you won't hurt yourself, and your speed isn't reduced. You'll just do nothing until you switch out. Okay, so it's not like paralysis in that way. Anyways, Nidoran Male, the poison pin Pokemon. Its large ears are flapped like wings when it is listening to distant sounds. It extends toxic barbs when angered. When angered. Good lord. Do I have a nickname? Of course. I named him Kingpin. Get it? Because, well, if you know what his final evolution is, you'd understand. But it does have the pin. It is the poison pin. Why did you guys believe me? Oh, Jigglypuff has an item. Oranberry. There are berries in this game, because it is a Gen 3 game. They all have their own special effects. Oranberries heal 10 HP. And a cool thing about berries over any other healing item is that you can give them to your Pokemon in battle. Well, yeah, you can give them to your Pokemon, and in battle they'll be used, unlike potions, where the Pokemon will not eat the potion because that'd be not sanitary or healthy for your Pokemon. But imagine that. Your Mankey or Charmander, or I should say Charmeleon, holding a potion in battle is getting really weak, and since it's holding a potion, it decides to eat it for health back, but instead of doing that, it dies because it choked on a potion piece. That got really morbid, I'm sorry. Let's go use our new Nidoran in battle. Like this youngster I skipped. I was trying to skip some other trainers, but I accidentally ran into them like a goober. So, Kingpin here is only going to get one battle. It is not going to get that one battle, never mind. I send in Peter. He's not going to get a chance to have that battle because it is too low of a level to stand up, especially against a Spearow. Ooh, Fury Attack. This is an example of a multi-hit move, meaning that they're generally pretty weak in damage, and a lot of times have not great accuracy. But what they'll do is that they have a they have a chance to hit one. No, not one. Jesus Christ. They hit 2 to 5 times. Generally, you'll always get 2 hits in. The only time we'll hit 1 time is if the Pokemon is low on HP and you knocked it out with that one hit. Otherwise, it'll always be 2. Sometimes you can get it to 3, sometimes you can get it to 4, sometimes you can get it to 5. You just have to be really lucky. You just have to roll the dice well. God, criminy, I am so sorry for how hard it is to listen to me speak. Yeah, Kingpin. And there was an hidden item there, and I just missed it. Alright, back around again. I don't know if you can see it, it's like a little dark patch of grass right there I'm standing in front of. It's like the odd one out in the grass texture. A lot of those grass texture things have berries. Like that, we got an Oranberry. Okay, coming around the mountain. Almost done with this route, believe it or not. I think we got... I think there's an hidden item over here. A lot of times if you see a lot of times if you see rocks like these, they'll have hidden items on them, but I don't think either of these do. No, but there's an item right there. Okay. And to our right of the Pokemon Center is our next dungeon. But we're going to save that till next episode, because we got a lot done here. It is like 40 minutes on the timer. But it'll be less for you guys. Actually, before we do that, let's talk to this dude. Hello there, laddie. Have I got a deal just for you? I let you have a secret Pokemon, a Magikarp, for just 500 Pokédollars. So you'll buy it, am I right? This is kind of no, not kind of. It is a scam. Magikarp. Well, at the moment we don't have any way of catching them, but it starts out really. It is really, really weak. The only thing good going for it has is its speed, but it's really weak. It learns no attacking moves until level 15, where it learns Tackle, and then level 30 when it learns Flail. It starts out with a move called Splash, which does nothing. Absolutely nothing. It levels up pretty slow, but once you get it up to level 20, it becomes the ferocious beast known as Gyarados. And then everything starts falling into place a lot more for Gyarados. However, the pieces still don't fit, because since this game, since it's a water type and Gyarados is mainly a physical attacker, he doesn't have a good special attacking stat to make good use out of those water type moves. So you're gonna have to teach some things to him. But other than that, it's a really good Pokemon. Is it $500 worth? No, not really. Not unless you really want it early on, like right now. I wouldn't recommend it totally. But I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to stop you. Plus, you can get the old rod in a few towns from here. So, yeah. And using the old rod is how you catch a lot of your Magikarps. So, next time on Pokemon FireRed, we're going to explore the next dungeon. And yeah. Thank you for watching.